Hey everybody, this is John Whitton, and I'm reaching out to my network with a favor to ask. I'm asking for anybody who's working in the following areas for introductions as I look for a new role building out some amazing systems in this space. The spaces which I'm looking at include trading and market infrastructure. Lately, I've been working a lot in DeFi, writing arbitrage bots and working with DeFi protocols. Um, Also, payment money movement. Part of the work which I've done has included work with stablecoins and intent-based solutions which abstract away both chain and underlying currencies to move money effectively across chains. Um, Also, any work in distributed systems engineering and platform engineering, the blockchain work which I've done, launching like three layer one blockchains, leads well to companies such as like any FANG companies or other large organizations building out distributed systems. And then finally, anybody working on AI systems and development platforms, I'll run through how my skills apply to that. And also, if they need a hand or if you need a hand improving your AI usage as part of your developer and CI/CD pipeline, I can help in that area. If you look down the bottom here, the roles I'm interested in include engineering roles, leadership roles, and also solution architecture roles. And people I'd love to be introduced to are people building this space, including founders and executives, engineering leaders, hiring managers, and recruiting partners. If you've worked with me before, feel free to drop there. And once again, please give me an introduction to people who work in this space. For those who want to stay on, I'm going to spend the next 5 minutes basically giving you a quick overview of how I work, what I've built, and some of the projects and teams which I've led. So at a high level, I came to the States late 90s and originally Australian, and I started here building out or doing SAP implementations for companies like Autodesk and EFI. As part of that, I set up a consulting firm and recruited five consultants and grew that business about 800K, primarily doing SAP implementations and then moving on to service-oriented architectures and cross-application business processes. I built out a service-oriented architecture at Autodesk and also at EFI, where we connected SAP to Salesforce to Flexera for licensing using tools such as TIBCO and PI. And then I moved into the blockchain space where I was excited about A, the technology, and B, decentralized finance and some of the new financial primitives which could be developed there was very interesting. So I took a role there initially for a small company tokenizing loyalty points. We were building on Ethereum. We built our own private mission chain, and then we moved to Hyperledger Fabric because that was a better fit for the enterprise clients we were partnering with. And then I took a role at Harmony, building out the first sharded blockchain. And my role there was bringing on node operators and developers, as well as partnering with infrastructure and tooling providers such as wallets and SDKs for the developers that we were growing out the platform for. After that, I took a role at Eco, building out a stablecoin payment infrastructure platform. Once again, that was intent-based and abstracted away both the chain and the underlying currency, allowing somebody to send $10 in USDC from Optimism to somebody who wanted to receive $10 in USDT on base is what the platform supported. And then whilst in between those roles, I also built out an Eve, a Polkadot parachain. We received $300,000 worth of investor commitments to build that platform. We actually built the parachain, but we didn't launch it because the other team members decided to work on other initiatives. And then of late, I've been doing a lot of research primarily around solving and arbitrage for DeFi platforms, and I'll run through how that works. Throughout the career, I've looked at the architecture evolving quite a lot, but still we use a lot of the same engineering principles throughout. So originally we had enterprise systems which were siloed. We then started to integrate them with these service-oriented architectures, which we built out. SaaS platforms came in, introducing sort of Salesforce and Flexera into our ecosystems. And then the cloud providers came: Amazon, GCP, Microsoft, IBM, Bluemix, etc. And so that really changed our development pipelines, our CI/CD pipelines, and our deployment infrastructure, using a lot of containerization, Docker, Kubernetes, Helm, etc., and a lot of deployment tools such as Terraform, and other like GitHub Actions for CI/CD processes. I then moved into blockchain, building out a number of chains, and as I said, we worked on payments and trading. The final one, which is of interest, is the work which I'm doing right now on the AI side, is more just from a developer's perspective, using tools such as ChatGPT and Codex, GitHub Copilot, etc. And then I will show how the other work that I've done applies fairly well to building out AI platforms moving forward. So this is just an example of modern trading infrastructure. You can think of this as all the components which take place in organizations such as GSR or Jump or FalconX. So these are reference architectures which I've been working. For me, I've been doing a lot of work on the execution layer and also on the simulation side of things. This is what I've been building out. It's a cyclical arbitrage bot. It's all written in Rust, and it's highly performant. What it does is it evaluates whether or not there's a profitable route, swapping token A for B for C back to A. If so, it will execute an arbitrage. It will fund that arbitrage using flash loans and effectively take the profit for doing the arbitrage. This is all built on Rust using some technology, including substreams and Tycho, which allow us to do evaluations of around 1,100 routes a second. And right now, the average route evaluation time is still a little bit high, of 424 microseconds, so we're trying to get that down. On Ethereum mainnet, we've got 2.3 million full routes, and a route is we're using 4 hop routes right now, which is token A to token B to token C to back to token A. We also have 3 and 2 hop routes as well. There's around 8,000 pools which we've indexed and are looking at, 70,000 assets and over like 10 protocols, which you can see up the left there, including Uniswap, PancakeSwap, Aerodrome, etc. So that's what I've been building out of late. As far as how my work applies to AI systems, all the work for distributed systems, the platform, the trading, etc., all map into AI systems for pipelines, decision systems, reasoning, agent actions, etc. And just on the right there is, once again, the tools which I'm using on a day-to-day basis, part of my own development and research pipeline. And as you can see at the bottom, I'm exploring these areas in AI, and the roles are the same roles which I'm using, which include engineering, leadership roles, and also any solution architecture roles. Lastly, a brief chat about sort of leadership. I've done a fair bit of leadership over my career, from enterprise leadership, where we had like teams of 50 plus IT staff, $3 million in sort of budget for different initiatives, which we had to manage, to small startups where I was managing small teams of 6 to 10. Harmony, I grew a fairly junior team of engineers from 6 to 20, and was charged with sort of recruiting and also goal setting for those individuals. And then at Eco, I took on a team of about 8. Some key points with that is those teams have been across all environments, from hacker houses where everybody worked in the office and sometimes slept there overnight, to fully remote teams throughout the US, to distributed teams, including teams out of Africa and India, which we managed. If you look at the bottom right, you see my core values include servant-based leadership, basically blocking and tackling, making sure that people can do the best work, And the most rewarding part that I find from leading is watching my team grow, both personally and professionally. And that aligns well because that means us a more performant team, and we meet the organization's goal more effectively as well. So that's it, a quick overview. As I said, please feel free to connect me to folks, including founders, hiring managers, engineering managers, and recruiters. There's more information here on the slides about me down the left there, and you can just email me at john@johnwhitton.com. Okay, thank you for your time. Have a great day. Bye.